Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you a personal illustration of the inner journey, which I just did a video on the inner journey, chapter 7 of Ending the War with Myself. And this is a personal illustration that the Lord has done with me recently, and it's been interesting. So let me introduce you. I want to introduce you to somebody, and you've never met this person, but let me just tell you that this person has been through a lot of trouble and trauma, and she is very sad. She is very lonely. She has been abandoned. She's been rejected. She's been bullied. A lot of things have happened to her, and she is very, very sad. And so let me just go ahead and introduce you to her, okay? It's this little girl right here. And so I want to let you know that this little girl was brought over to my house recently, okay? So how did all this work? Well, my parents are moving to a retirement home, and they are basically like unloading all of their stuff and bringing a bunch of stuff over to my house, just boxes of things, old things. And this portrait was one that they brought over. There's another portrait of when I was 16, which they're keeping. But they brought this one over here, and I just want to show it to you because this is a portrait that I have never liked. I've never liked looking at it. It was too painful for me to look at. It was too traumatic for me to look at in our house where I grew up. And so how do you think I reacted when my mom brought this over? My blood pressure went up. It did. And so what did I do? Tom kept saying, "Oh, you should put it up in your office." And that hurt me inside when he said that. He had no idea. He was just making a helpful suggestion, and that would be a good suggestion. But in the context of me relating to this portrait, it was painful. So I was very brave, and I brought it into my office, but I put it sideways beside this bench on the side over there, and where it would be technically in the office, but I wouldn't have to look at it directly. And right as I placed it there, the Lord said, bring it out and prop it up against the bench facing you and sit cross-legged on the floor in front of this portrait. And you need to get to know this little girl. And I said, well, I thought I already did that. So much work, so many things. He said, you've done a lot, but there's still more to do. So just to let you know, you can never really do enough work, especially if you're with the Lord, because He'll always have you be doing something else. And it's not a chore and it's not scary, but it's just something we have to do. So for 3 days, not the whole day, but 2 or 3 hours a day, for 3 days in a row, I sat in front of this portrait and got to know this little girl. So it has been very healing for me to remember all the things that she had been through and to tell her all the things that she was going to go through after this age of 7. But do you see how the inner journey was at work here? God was working around me. He was bringing this portrait via my mom over to my house for healing. What was I doing though? I didn't like it. I wanted to put it in the closet. I wanted to put it in the attic. But Tom brought it in the office. And I actually took it from the threshold into the office and put it beside the bench. I didn't want to see it. Do you see how I was pushing away the gift that God had for me? I was struggling with this gift that He was giving me. He was giving me a gift an avenue for healing for me, but I didn't like it and I was pushing it away and I was struggling with it. Do you see how sometimes God is bringing us something that's good, but we are struggling with it? It's triggering us on the inside in some way, somehow, and we're trying to push it away. But He's saying, no, I want you to deal with what's in your heart. Deal with what comes up in your heart as you look at this gift. See, it's a gift that He was giving me, and I was trying to push it away, hide it away, turn it around. See, that is a picture of the Lord working in our circumstances, and we're not wanting to agree with Him because of pain or because of trauma or struggle, whatever it is. But if we can just say, wow, thank you for the gift. Yes, I'm going to deal with what comes up in my heart because of this gift. And you can heal me and you can help me. Okay, so this is me when I was 7 years old. I was very sad and very lonely, and I was traumatized. But as I've sat with her, if you will, myself, 7-year-old self, for those 3 days, I have made friends with this portrait. I like this portrait now. I have compassion on her now. She's my friend now. I have become her parent, if you will, and I'm going to take care of her. See how things can work out when you cooperate with the Lord? You can cooperate with Him, and whatever the gift is that He has brought into your life that you may be struggling with, you can just say, Lord, and that's what I said to Him, I can't deal with this. I can't do this. And He said, okay, well, just come and sit down like I told you, and I'll help you. I'll help you. And He guided me through the memories I had to go through, the grieving, the remembering things, and all of that. So it's just a process of cooperating with Him. And things don't always make sense to us, especially in the moment. My parents bringing over all this stuff and this portrait, but it was more of a big deal than I thought. So the inner journey is about dealing with your own heart, and you would not believe how much stuff is you're in denial about, and how much stuff is kind of tucked away in all these different places so that we can survive and keep functioning. But the Lord wants to go back and heal your heart. We all have broken hearts in different places and at different depths and from different things that have happened to us. And the Lord wants to heal your heart because He's given you the new heart in Christ, Ezekiel tells us. And so He wants those wounds healed. And in Jeremiah, I think it's maybe 6:14, it says, basically the point is, you're dressing the wounds of my people with superficial bandages. And you're saying, oh, peace, peace, everything will be fine. And there is no peace because you're not dealing with the deep wounds that are there. And so He wants us to deal with the wounds in our soul and in our heart. And He is very gentle and He's very humble, and He will help you do this. So my encouragement is to you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of whatever the circumstances are that are causing you to get triggered. Look at your heart. If you're really struggling with something, say, Lord, belly up. I can't deal with this. I can't do this. I'm totally helpless. And this is where you like me, right? So you be God, and I'll just be this peon human that can't deal with life. And you can help me, and you can fix me, and you can heal me. Okay, I hope this is helpful, and I hope y'all pay attention to ways that the Lord could be speaking to you in your circumstances. Your circumstances reveal, and your emotions, your high-end emotions reveal places that you need healing. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, and God bless you.